So today is the first episode of Skylanders Giants, and I just want to make a note of what's happening with this series, so I'll explain everything now before the video starts, just so there's no confusion. So firstly, Breath of the Wild will still be releasing alongside this series, but just on an every other day schedule instead of every day, and the same goes with this series. Secondly, the link to Skylanders Spyro's Adventure playlist will be in the description for every Giants video, just in case you haven't watched the first game and need to watch that before coming to this one, especially since some of the plot details are continuing from the first game. It's important to note that as well. And finally, this schedule may be subject to change as well, depending on other releases of future games that come out, just in case that happens, with like the playthroughs overlapping and things like that. However, I will make everyone aware of this if something is subject to change, so you won't be any confusion there happening with any of the videos. So anyway, here's the first video of Skylanders Giants, so enjoy the video. Bro was a figurine. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Skylanders Giants. Now, I know some of you guys have been highly awaiting this, so we're going to wait for the cutscene and I'll explain everything in a minute.
Skylanders who banished me to this idiot wasteland. Note to self, after I take over Skylands, come back and destroy this place.
I'd like to see you try, Chaos.
Who said that?
Oh, the figurines, the Skylanders, the Spyro's Adventure ones.
Look what we have here. Mighty Skylanders, frozen with fear in my awesome presence.
I could move. I'd be dropping the hammer on you right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Aw, but you can't, can you? Know why? Because I am a portal master, and you're not. And in case you hadn't noticed, my powers far exceed any of yours.
Funny that, because you lost to them last time. That's how you are here. So, you're funny.
More Chaos? Oh, I've been looking everywhere. You seem to be someplace called Earth. I believe it's the homeworld of those portal masters.
I've already figured
home of
that
me.
out, fool. And because of my superior awesome abilities, I am well on my way to devising a plan.
What's
for my
cool about
escape.
this is that they've made it so realistic as well. Like, to every last detail, they've got the barcodes and everything, like the shop. They've made it so realistic, it's so cool. I love it.
Underestimated me. So long, sky losers.
Sir, I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, portal masters aren't supposed to use portals on themselves.
Silence, Glumshanks. Now, prepare for my triumphant return.
Oh, lovely.
Greetings.
Why can't I do that?
I am Eon, and I have come to guide you on a great journey.
Oh, Eon's back in higher graphics as well. Skylanders back.
Welcome to Skyland.
Looks a lot different actually. Looks more
Magical
overgrown.
world of wonder and adventure, protected by the greatest heroes ever known, the Skylanders.
Oh, there's Cinder, Gilgrunt, and who was the other one? I can't remember who the other one was. That is one of the new characters. I'll get to that in a minute.
It had long been my duty to watch over the Skylanders and lead them, but this task has been given to you. And now you have found a giant. which is
Giants.
why
So again, I'll
I
get to
have
that as
sought
well.
you out. Giants were the first Skylanders from long ago, and they have not been seen in Skylands for a very long time.
So they're the ruins of the giants, which were seen as like disappeared. So they kind of disappeared. Yeah, it'll show us in a minute.
Let us look back 10,000 long years, to a time when Skylands was ruled by an evil empire of robots known as the Archaeans.
Skylands 10,000 years ago.
This was a dark time for Skylands. The peaceful Mabu had been taken from their homes. And
So this was
forced to
10,000
build
years ago, so this is kind of like a
for the
recall of what
evil
happened
Archaean
before.
Empire. But the iron rule of the Archaeans would give rise to a new age of heroes, the Skylanders. Now, place one of your Skylanders on the portal of...
So it's the same start as well before, but this is Chapter 1, Time of the Giants. So I'll start with one of the new characters of this game, probably one of the mascots, T-Rex. Now there is a lot of things to explain here. Here you go, Chapter 1, Time of the Giants. A lot of things to mention here. First of all, the Giants, which are one of the characters that I have now, incredibly massive creatures, a lot of HP, a lot of sturdiness to them. There are 8 of them, 1 for each element as we saw before, and there are 8 other characters which are the same as the Spyro's Adventure characters. They are brand new and they are 8 for each element. There are 16 new Skylanders, which I'm sure we'll get to all of them given the elemental areas and everything like that. But you also saw as well, this is the time of the Archaeans, and if you remember, if you watched Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, sorry, that was my phone, I don't know if you heard that, but so if you remember in Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, the last chapter of this game was about the Archaeans. So that's what I was referencing with this game being like, oh, it references the next game in the series because this is when like the Archaeans were ruling, and like the whole chapter 1 thing of the Archaean armory, that being their defense systems. Here's the winged sapphire as well, which is the same as you saw in the first game. Does the exact same thing. Obviously an explanation here. You'll learn more about what it does later. Again, they go through everything as always, but one other thing to note as well is that all Skylanders now in this game can reach a maximum of level 15. And also Giants can do a lot of other things as well. So you'll see in a minute, obviously here, they can lift up rocks like this, and obviously they can break other things as well. They have much more powerful attacks. They can get rid of like the metal chains and everything, because obviously they're obviously stronger, aren't they? So obviously they can do more things. The whole idea of this is for you to get introduced to Giants. That is kind of the whole sort of thing for this. So again, you've been told to like kind of do everything here. So obviously there's no reason for you to be up here other than just to have a look, I guess. I don't really know why there's a bounce pad there. But also as well, in the objectives, there is one more other thing that you have to do. So there are 2 more new things in there. So obviously you've got the same thing. You've got the soul gem, the legendary treasure, the hats, the treasure chest, and the story skull. Now there is a winged sapphire and a Luckatron wheel. You will learn more about what the Luckatron wheels do later on. But there are new objectives to gain as well. So obviously the cannon, as always. It's kind of similar. This is kind of just you getting used to the game and getting used to the characters. One thing that's different about this game as well is in the starting screen there are options for difficulties. Now you probably remember in the first game some of you were commenting in that video, oh, have you done this on hard mode? That's because Skylanders Spyro's Adventure only has 1 mode. So obviously, and Giants also can open treasure chests faster as well, I didn't mention that. There's a lot of new things that Giants can do. We'll get to all of them in due time as well. I can't really explain all of them now. But again, yeah. So Skylanders Spyro's Adventure only has 1 difficulty. If I could have changed it, I would have, because that game was incredibly easy for me having all level 10 Skylanders. It's going to be a bit different for this one though, because I am on hard difficulty. Extreme difficulty is the last difficulty, but you can only get that once you complete the game once. So obviously this is going to be kind of a trip down memory lane for me as it is for you. So I think these are chompies? Yeah, bone chompies. So again, some of these enemies that you saw in the adventure packs from Skylanders 1, you'll see in this game as well. Some of them, not all of them.
Quickly, follow me.
Right, so we have to follow him. But again, I believe there was some sort of secret here. Maybe there's not, but I'm not too sure. I don't know. But again, there was only 1 difficulty, and Extreme only unlocks when you play the game once. So obviously I have to go hard for now. But this game's going to be much harder, because obviously you have difficulties. So this game is much harder.
But we need you to take care of the guards.
Yeah.
My name's Gigantic.
Gigantic. This guy's cool. I like this guy.
I might be a little thick-headed, but
You're
maybe
just
I
like
can
Crusher,
show
mate.
you
Another one of the
what it
giants.
is.
You can show me if you. I mean, even though this is kind of the tutorial area.
Giant, 'cause you can do stuff like this.
Yeah, he's kind of just showing what you can do. Yeah, so he's kind of just showing what giants can do.
Let's go.
So again, we've got to go around here. And yeah, so some area, yeah, so obviously giants can lift these big boulders, but only some areas of Skylands can be reached with giants. There is no way that you can reach some areas of Skylanders without giants. But here's a soul gem as well first, so we'll get to that in a minute. So the soul gem for Shroom Boom, which is one of the new characters as well. So Self Slingshot is one of the new powers. Yeah, so we'll preview him now. So again, the soul gems are different. A lot of this game is different. But again, it's really cool, this game. And again, only some areas of Skylanders can be reached with giants. You'll see here as well something else.
Thing giants can do in certain places.
Yeah, in certain places.
Geronimo!
Go on, lad. Bang! So that's another thing that giants can do.
Use a giant
Don't do that just yet, though.
break through the black stone.
Because there's a lot of other secrets that you can do before doing that. So, obviously, I learnt my lesson, because I did that to begin with. And again, obviously, you're getting chests a lot faster with giants. But yeah, it's kind of like the old games, I guess. You don't really face any combat in this one. It's kind of just you doing whatever at this point. Just kind of you getting to grips with the game, I guess you could say. So here's a story scroll as well. It should read it. Avalanche Anticipation, yeah. Oh, there's an option. Okay, there is an option to read it now, but we will read it.
Despite such snowy conditions, those who reside in the frozen wastelands have never seen an avalanche. Residents are known to throw bombs off the side of the islands in hopes of triggering one. Just to have a story to tell their children, I suppose.
See, like the stories are going to be a bit different, but I think they're more original in this one. Like they're not. I'm not sure how this game works. I haven't played this again. You guys are probably going to be just for as much as a trip down memory lane as I am. It's exactly. I can't remember that much about this game. I mean, this was the last game that I actually played in Skylanders. I never played Trap Team, never played SWAT Force, and even then, my Skylanders still are not max level in this. So it's going to be a lot more difficult for me, and I'm not going to remember everything about this game either. So this is going to be a new one for me as well. So bear with me here, guys, because I'm learning just as much as you are.
Chompy Pit, an unpleasant place Archeans often put prisoners.
Let me guess. You have to defeat all of them, and they come out of there. Yep. Oh, they changed it because it used to be. Wasn't it 10 in the other game? Oh yeah, and you can walk on chompies as well. As giants, you can walk on smaller enemies. So like, I don't even have to attack them. So I'm just walking all over them. I love how I'm stepping on them. Archean Jouster. So again, this is one of the enemies, well, similar enemies. They're not the exact same, but again, it's one of the similar enemies from the Archean Armory. It's one of those similar enemies from before. Not quite the same. I mean, most of them aren't the same. They've got like different reskins and stuff and different names, but they pretty much are the same. They have the same like attacks and everything.
Use this bounce pad to reach
But
the
yeah.
top.
Obviously, you can see T-Rex has 1,000 HP, so that's one other thing to note as well. 1,000 HP. That's actually nuts to listen to. But yeah, this is where the Archean was. There. But yeah, let's move on. What's over here? I don't know if there's anything that I'm missing. I mean, this again, very reminiscent of the very first game. It's the same outline of bounce pads. And again, new elemental gates. This is what elemental gates will look like. They have this little thing on the floor, which I think is way cooler. It looks so much cooler. They've done such a good job. And also, what's different about this one is that while you're in an elemental gate of the same elements, oh my god, the music. Listen to it. Oh man, I didn't show it. If you noticed, it was the Falling Forest music, or the, here it is. You hear that? It's really cool. A lot of things reminiscing the old game as well. It's really, really cool. I like it. I like the way it works. It's really, really cool. But here's the hats. Unfortunately, giants do not open hats any faster, so that's one other thing as well. They do not open hats any faster. But here's that, the flower fairy hat. So they work in the same way. Obviously, the user interface is obviously different, but everything is pretty much the exact same as it was before. But again, while you're in the elemental gates, it does gradually heal you. I think this guy says something about elemental gates, but I kind of missed that. So let's head on outside.
All right, Skylander.
So here's the work site.
That's the Archean Conkertron guarding the mine.
So that's the...
Keeping us all here.
Yeah, so he's the Conkertron that's keeping them all here.
See? But if you could just break those chains that are holding him up, kablamo! We'll be home free.
So I guess that's my job then. So then another one of these elemental gates. So this guy will say here, hey, I found another one. Yeah.
One of these special elemental places. It's really windy in there.
Yeah.
No place for me.
So obviously this is the air gate as well. So let me switch to an air Skylander. So here's Swarm, the air giant. So obviously we're going to get to everything at some point. But here's Swarm. Level 10 as well. You notice that not all of them are max level yet. Not all of them even have full upgrades yet. So again, you'll see, obviously I'm healing while I'm in here. See, it says +5. So if you look as well, the interface is different. But again, I'm not upgraded everything. And yeah, so I'm still going to require the soul gem to get some of my upgrades. But good thing about this upgrade screen is that you can see the paths that you can choose from. Unlike before, where you couldn't choose the paths, you now can. Also, this does way more damage to me, which I didn't actually realise. This does so much more damage to me. I don't know if I'm like happy about it. But again, Swarm is really cool. I like him. He's like full of bees. He's got like a time sort of hat thing. But yeah, here's the hats. I guess we can open this. Obviously, it's a different console, so obviously all my save data doesn't go through, because back in the day, the Nintendo Wii's, they sold the save data in the hard drive and not in the CD, because obviously CDs were too small to actually save data on them. Now you just have SD cards, which obviously can save as much data as you want, because now technology has advanced further. But obviously CD drives, they're only optical drives, so they can't hold that much information. They probably only have enough information for the game, and that's why there's a hard drive. So all the data was stored on the console, and obviously I've got a new console now, because I'm using the Wii U for this. But yeah, it's a bit different. But what does this guy have to say?
All right, Skylander.
Okay, it's the exact same. So here's one of the chains that you have to break loose. So again, you can only break these with giants. Oh, there you go. It breaks them up a little bit, cracking the floor. Hello.
You have trespassed on the site of our glorious temples. Return to your post at once and resume serving your Archean masters.
It makes me believe...
Refrain from trying to defeat me.
Oh, okay. Refrain from... Too late, mate. Halt! Mate, it's not funny. It's not funny at all, lad. I don't know what that's going to do, but...
Perhaps eliminating these enemies will reveal a bounce pattern.
There we go. And there we go. Let's kill them. It does. That's a new thing as well in this game. Things can be made from defeating enemies. So by defeating enemies, you can get bounce pads, you can get teleporters, you can get all sorts of things by defeating enemies. So again, new mechanics in this game. I'm excited for it. Oh man, why would you do that? Actually, I don't know why you do that. Can I? Okay, I can't even attack him, and that doesn't even hurt him. There you go. Good, losing balance. That's it. He's sacrificing the people. Oh yeah, you got stuck. So one thing as well, while Swarm's in this form, he cannot be damaged. Oh no, he can be damaged, okay. I thought he couldn't, but he can, clearly. Oh, there's a Chompy here. Why is there just a Chompy here? But here is the last one. obviously I've missed a few things, and I know I've missed a few things. There was a gate somewhere that I've missed. We'll leave it for now, and we'll come back to it. I'll show you where those things are, like, after this, at the end.
Quickly, back to our village.
They've been saved. So we went back in time to free the giants. So we were the giants. So I've traveled back 10,000 years, put a giant back on the portal power, resurrected them, and then, yeah, resurrected the giants from 10,000 years ago, and then traveled back forward in time as if nothing ever happened. So no one ever told you anything about time travel and how dangerous it was, but it doesn't matter, because we got it anyway. But yeah, so I've missed one hat, one legendary treasure, and then one Luckatron wheel. I'll show you where those are now for you. I'll put a clip in now. Again, it's going to be exactly like Spyro's Adventure. I'm going to try and get 100% on the collections and the objectives. But obviously I'm going to have to leave at the enemy gold and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm going to try and I'll insert clips of where all those things are now for you. Okay, so starting off with where that Luckatron wheel is. Funny enough, you would never find this by yourself. So where that Trompy Pit is, without actually knowing that you have to do this, if you go around and drop back down, the Trompy Pit resets. So you want to do that. So once you defeat it the first time, we'll do that this time, and then another time, and then it will appear. The Luckatron wheel will appear right in front of the gate for you. So again, it's kind of difficult to know that it does this without actually realizing the game beforehand. So you will have no idea that it appears without knowing beforehand. So you're going to be, by accident, you're just going to be like, oh, it like replaces itself, the Trompy Pit. But then you wouldn't actually realise that. You see that Trompy there? What the hell was that? So you would never actually realise that the Trompy Pit reset and there was any purpose to it unless you knew beforehand. Like, it's actually crazy. But I mean, we found it now. But here we are. So here's the Luckatron wheel. You can see it behind the gate, and here it is. So there's the Luckatron wheel. It's very, very weird on how you get that, but at least we found it. So there's the Luckatron wheel. So what is it? Experience. So you can increase more experience, but there's the Luckatron wheel. So as you can see, the legendary treasure in the bottom right hand corner of the screen was right in front of me the whole time, and I didn't even realise. But here it is. Here's the legendary treasure. So I assume it's just a bucket of paint. Starry Night paint job. Nice. But there's the legendary treasure. Okay, so without me even realising, there was a secret area over this side. So there is an undead gate here that I didn't realise existed, and I actually failed the second time round trying missing this, thinking that it was further on down, but apparently not. So I missed this twice, not realising. So again, unlocking the undead gate. So if I run in through here, there is a hat right here that I missed, and that was the only hat that I missed and the last thing that I missed altogether. So what hat is it? Probably a chef's hat or like a boat hat. Paper fast food hat. Nice. Thank you for that, game. Really appreciate it. But yeah, back to the video. And Eon's back.
You see, Portal Master, that was only the beginning of a great battle. For the invasion of the Archaean Empire had already spread far and wide. To truly stop them, the giants had to face the Robot King. And
oh, so the giants were already like alive back then. So I'm just kind of putting giants back, yeah. Iron Fist of Arcus. So the giants were already alive back then, so I'm not technically resurrecting them. They were already alive. Here's all 8 of them, which you see here. Look at those two just flying over the top and just getting to the end. Wapow! There you go. See, to be fair, they're like so much smaller than them for being giants. But again, they're slapping them up. But incredibly strong though, because obviously he managed to rip out his arm, or his hand.
Without the Fist of Arcus, or a king to command them, the evil robot legions fell
So that's where all the power is. The Iron Fist of Arcus is where all the power is. But perhaps too much power.
But this victory carried a heavy price.
Yeah.
The giants were swept from Skyland, where they have not been seen. Until now.
There you go. So I guess that's kind of the punishment, I
It
guess.
is your finding them
But,
that has summoned
yeah,
me.
so we found them, obviously.
Something evil is stirring. Skylands needs your help. But fear not,
He just
Portal
knows. He's a
Master.
future teller.
You will not be on this adventure alone. Behold!
Is it the same people?
So, what do you think of my ship, huh? She's a beaut, ain't she?
I don't know, Flynn.
I don't know where he got it from.
She seems more like a fixer-upper.
Yeah, Callie, she's got character, all right. Guy who sold it to me gave me a great deal, too.
It's a great deal because it sucks.
Seemed kind of desperate to get rid of it, actually.
Flynn!
Yeah, exactly. That's because it sucks.
So, now that I've got the ship here all shipshape, what's your big plan?
Master Eon says something big is happening in Skylands, and we need to find out what's going on. There's an old hermit in the Outlands who saw something very important. You must go see him. Master Eon has contacted a portal master to send Skylanders and giants to help.
Well, I'll tell you, Hugo, when adventure calls,
Wait, did you say giants?
Wait, did you say giants?
I remember this because it was funny. It was cracking me up as a kid.
So better get going. There's lots to do. Here's a map to where you need to go.
Well, Callie,
So this is the first adventure that we have without Hugo, funny enough. This is the first adventure that we have without Hugo. It's only Flynn and Callie as the main characters now that are with us. Bit of a fixer-upper, as you said, but again, it's a ship, and a ship's a ship.
first might want to stop off and pick up a couple of spare parts or two.
Yeah. Probably a good idea, Flynn. Just before you break down in the sky and everything goes down. Yeah, it looks... I mean, I wouldn't be stunned in there, Callie, but... Again, if you're holding on, you're holding on. Yeah, so I'll leave that episode here for you because I think it goes straight to the next episode. So I'll see you guys in the next one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, it goes to the next one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.